if you ask me to summarize this whole thing, I would say, if I kept asking myself before coming here, what are Bharatian values? And I looked up different swamis, different artists, different poets, different people that have found very eloquent ways. And I thought, gosh, it's not the easiest thing to do. And unlike Satish Ji or Rishi, the next speaker, who are quite literally scholars, I didn't want to make a cock up of it all. But one of the values that I experienced in India, which was a bit of a phenomenon for me, but really taught me about one of India's greatest strengths, besides what I've spoken about, yoga and meditation. And I'm going to class it as one of India's values, if that's all right with everyone here, is jugaad. Jugaad is something which enables the progression of the country. Young people who have a passion and have a vision just go for it. They're not held back by the small things that really seem to hold people in a more Western-facing society back. Sometimes ethics can be questioned, yes. Sometimes, but ultimately, when it comes from a youthful mind, and it comes from a mind that is exposed to the rituals, the religious practices, the spirituality of India, ethics is something which anyway comes into the forefront. Most young people I come across in India, they don't want to do any harm to anybody else because they believe what goes around comes around. So jugaad is something which has led to incredible growth in India, be it on an economic, social level. But do you know where you see it the most, where I have observed it the most perhaps, is in some of India's slums. We, for many years, have been working in Dharavi, where we have schools, and it's an incredible challenge. You go there and you realize that the challenge is not the slum. It's there are so many other things. There are organizations and groups that really don't want the slum life to change because it's their home. And respecting that and appreciating that, there's people who've grown up there, the second, third generation, it's their home. And dealing with criminal organizations that make their profits from it all. These are real deep challenges. But you compare Dharavi to a slum in Rio de Janeiro. Per square kilometer, what is the level of crime? Firstly, it's not violent crime. Yes, there's counterfeiting operations and things like that going on, but that's a form of enterprise. There's not the same level of drug abuse and drug trafficking. So what is it that's so different? It's the value system of these Indians, which is so incredible. So even in a slum, you see these values shining through. So that's my part, to tell you a little bit about my views on what is shaping a happier world. And in summary, I believe India's greatest export, not necessarily being textiles or IT, but being yoga and meditation, and creating the backbone for people to create a better physiological environment for themselves and give direction to their emotions and give stimulus to their intellect to improve their observation, their perception, and their expressions, to become better versions of themselves, but to still stay true to themselves. And that's what I believe is supported by India's culture, art, and hopefully all of its supporters. So thank you very much for your time. It's been a great privilege. Namaskar.